Well, the Georgia Bulldogs knocked off the #1 Tennessee Vols in dominant fashion. I got the stats for the game, guys. Yes, Stetson Bennett threw for 257 yards with 2 touchdowns. Completely dominated, Tennessee secondary. And McKinney McIntosh, he had 52 yards. Dijon Edwards had a good day. He had 46 yards on the ground. Georgia was able to get 130 yards total on the ground rushing. It seemed like they rushed more than that in the game, but that's what they was able to get. But beat Tennessee in dominant fashion, beat them 27-13. And really, Georgia could have did more if they really wanted to. I feel like they kind of slowed it down in the second half, but they was already up big the first half, and they just coasted it the rest of the way. The defense, man. Georgia has one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the country. A lot of people was giving them, well, not everybody, but a lot of people was kind of, saying Georgia, strength of schedule. They haven't beat as many ranked teams as Tennessee has, but Georgia came out there. They said, you got to play at our house, and they completely dominated, guys. And just read off the stats for Tennessee. Yeah, Georgia held Hendon Hooker to 195 yards passing. Very, very good. This was a guy going into this game, a potential, leader for the Heisman, and Georgia completely shut that down. They destroyed in my opinion, his Heisman hopes. He's still a good quarterback, but Georgia want to prove to the world that they was the #1 team, and they definitely showed that. Jay Wright at running back, he only had 69 yards rushing. He was able to get a touchdown, but that was like in garbage time. For most of the game, Tennessee was just able to get 2 field goals, and like I said, Cedric Tillman wasn't a factor in this game. He only had 68 yards receiving. Jalen Hyatt only had 63 yards receiving. So Brute McCoy only had 38. Georgia completely shut down Tennessee's offense. They couldn't get in rhythm. They had plenty of penalties. Hendon Hooker threw an interception to I think it was Keely Ringo. Tennessee just couldn't get anything moving. You got to give credit to Georgia. Georgia came out swinging, and this is without one of their best defensive players in Nolan Smith. I think he's out for the season, but Robert Beal, all those guys just stepped up, guys. That just goes to show you Georgia, Kirby Smart has done a phenomenal job of getting talent, and he rotates a lot of guys. And Georgia's defense was fresh. They did their job. Once Tennessee was on the field, Tennessee is a tricky team. They try, they do very, very, they don't really sub as much, so they try to wear your defense down. Well, the way you can counter that is if your defense does what they're supposed to do and get off the field, and that's exactly what happened. Georgia just got a good formula of a team. The defense do their job. They get off the field quick, and they give their offense plenty of possessions, and that's exactly what happened in this game. Complete dominance by Georgia. Where Tennessee is going to fall, I don't know, but they definitely wasn't ready to go to Athens and take on Georgia, and Georgia just completely dominated them. But that's all I have for the stats, guys. Let me give you one more stat. We'll just do total yardage. Yeah, Georgia was able to get 387 total yards. Like I said, 257 through the air and 130 on the ground. Tennessee only had 289 with 195 passing and 94 rushing. Like I said, a lot of that came in garbage time. So huge win for Georgia. Beat a good team in Oregon, and now they beat the #1 team in Tennessee. And I expect them to be the #1 team going forward. But that's all I have for today. And if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely be back with more college football content. Thanks, guys, and roll tide.